What's going on YouTube? Michael here, and welcome back to the workshop. We're sitting at the desk today. No, I haven't uploaded in a little bit, but coming back at you with another video. Hopefully y'all don't hate me for being the worst fitness YouTuber out there, promising that I'm going to upload when I don't upload, and saying things that I'm going to upload that I don't upload. But I'm bringing this to you now, and that's all that matters, you know? Let me take these off because I don't like the way the light's reflecting on me, but I did want to start off with them on so I could actually make sure that I was in frame and I could see. But now I don't need to see because I know we're in frame. So, Jesus Christ, I'm a mess. This video that I'm bringing to y'all today, I'm going to be talking about quitting caffeine. Yes, that is something that I just recently tried to do. And why did I try and do it? Apparently, you know, makes your veins a little bit bigger. And also I wanted to see just like what effect it would have on me. And honestly, now that the video's gone in a little bit, I started off by wanting to quit marijuana. Not that I feel like I have a problem with it, but apparently it does lower your testosterone compared to levels that if you didn't smoke marijuana. And so I was wanting to see if there would be any, like I've quit before for like a few days in a week, but I've never quit caffeine and marijuana at the same time. So this was me trying to do both at once. I started off with the marijuana, and then just turned out the first day I didn't realize I didn't drink any cup of coffee till about like 5 or 6 in the afternoon. And I was like, you know what? Hey, let's just keep it on going and see how long I can do this for. Might as well do them both at the same time. I could have been doing a video documentation of myself each and every day, but we're just going to do it here today on day 4. Just a quick little rundown of all the other days and everything that happened. So, if y'all can't see the board from back there, dang, I didn't even think about that. I should have wrote this the other way. Alright, well just imagine that you guys can read backwards. Or if you can read backwards, do it. But we're going to start off with day 1. I was an emotional wreck, I tell you. Because, the reason I smoke, I feel, it keeps me level-headed. It helps me like process thoughts more clearly, I feel, because sometimes my brain can get a little bit worked up and I try and think of too many things all at once, and then it's a mush. And so I feel like it helps keep me level-headed. I'm able to process what I'm thinking about and then move on to the next thought, if that makes any sense. Coffee, it's pretty easy and obvious why I drink coffee. It gets me going. It gives me that extra pep in my step. It gets me up in the morning. And my grandmother, she had me drinking my first cup of Joe at like 3 years old. Whether or not it was actually 3 years old, I don't know. But you get the idea. I was pretty young when I had my first cup of coffee with French vanilla creamer, and it changed my life. I love this stuff. It's great. I took an Ancestry.com DNA test. It says that I'm supposed to drink a lot of coffee. Well, not that I'm supposed to, but it said that I do. Based off my DNA, it could guess that I drink a lot of coffee. Does that make sense? I didn't think it made sense, but if it makes sense to y'all, it makes sense to y'all. But please explain it to me. I didn't think that coffee drinking was DNA specific, but I mean, it makes sense, I guess, if you think about it, but it didn't at first. But rambling, I was an emotional mess. I didn't know how to feel. I felt weird all day long. I was getting worked up over the smallest things. I wanted to cry. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to just tear my freaking eyeballs out of my head. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I was snapping at everybody around me, and I was not a pleasure to be around. And yeah, I've never, like I said, never tried to cut out both of these things out of my life at the same time. Like, I've always had one and not the other, at least at some point in time. Usually both, just because I like them both. Like, they're the only 2 vices that I would say that I have right now currently. And so I just wanted to see, how my body would respond to both. And so the first day, it sucked. I did a lot of crying that day. Me and my lady friend, like, didn't necessarily get into an argument, but she didn't know what the heck was wrong with me and, like, didn't know how to deal with me. I was just such a mess, and it just was not fun. Let's just leave it at that. Day 2. It was very similar to day 1. Not quite as intense, but of course, some of the problems that I started on day 1 carried into day 2, just with the interactions that I had with certain particular people, like my lady friend. So we ended up having a pretty heart-to-heart conversation in the evening on my day 2. And I tell you what, trying to formulate a sentence whilst being emotionally distraught and not quite mentally sharp because of not having a cup of coffee is hard to do. And yeah, that talk was not very pretty, and I don't want to divulge into that, but I'll just tell you, it wasn't very pretty. And man, I wish I had a cup of coffee that day so I could have processed my thoughts and spoken the way I wanted to speak a little bit better. But I did what I did, and I said what I said. And that's just all I could do, you know? But it was a mess. And people were not happy to be around me. They thought I was doing drugs. They thought I was doing steroids. And I was just having roid rage or something. And like, it was just not very pretty. And you saw McDonald's. I did not eat McDonald's. I just wanted the Fanta. Because it's COVID. I left the house, wanted to go get some caffeine-free soda, and I forgot a mask. And I don't feel bad going through the drive-thru without a mask. So, went through the drive-thru and got a Fanta. Don't judge me. I didn't get McDonald's. We're on prep, baby. It may not look like it, but we're trying to get lean up in here. So, I can't be eating Mickey D's. I can't be doing that. Ooh, I'm a little dehydrated. There was a little bit of forearm cramp there. But, continue on. Day 3. I woke up with the most excruciating headache / migraine that I have had in quite a while. I wouldn't say the worst one I've ever had, but the worst one in quite a while. It was also probably the longest one that I've ever had, considering the fact that it did not leave until about... I woke up at about 10 o'clock that day. Or yesterday, not that day. Yesterday. And it probably didn't subside till about like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then didn't fully go away till about like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And man, it was not fun to deal with, but I felt more emotionally sound. Like my emotions weren't all left and right and jumbling all across each other. They weren't quite as frantic, but I of course didn't feel good because I had a headache and I wasn't in a good mood, but it wasn't because my emotions were rampant. It was simply just because I had a throbbing headache and it did not go away. It was something that I had to deal with though, and of course my lady friend was telling me, get a cup of coffee. Get a cup of coffee. Why are you putting yourself through this? Why are you doing this? Is it really worth it? Just for the silly show? I know it's something you want to do, but is this something that you have to do in order to do that? And my answer is probably not. But, I mean, what's the point of an experiment if you quit on day 3, you know? Otherwise, like, the results of day 4, I could have never seen them. And the results of day 5, I could have never seen them. Because if I would have had a cup of coffee that day, even just a little bit, it would have set me back at 0. And if I'm doing an experiment, what's the point in going back to 0 and restarting all over? Because then I just, you know, go back through day 1 and 2 all over again. Maybe not to quite the extreme, and maybe not at all. But in my mind, I was like, why would I want to restart? And I've done this before. I've quit other things. I've cut other things out of my life. And like, the first couple days suck. Yeah. But once you get past that, it's usually quite a bit better. And so I just kept pushing. And eventually, you know, we got on to day 4, which is today. 5:30 crash. I felt pretty good in the morning. I wasn't like super alert. I wasn't super awake or nothing, but I was awake enough, and like I wanted to get up and get moving. So like I put some air in my bike tires, and I went and attached up the kitty trailer, threw my cat in the trailer, and we went for a quick little bike ride. Forgot my mask again because I wanted to go get tacos with my cat, and I forgot my mask, so we couldn't go get tacos. I had to come home and make breakfast. So I came home and made breakfast, went back out to the gym, came back home, made some lunch, and then I got ready to go, shopping. I had to do some grocery shopping and wanted to go look at a couple other things, do some window shopping for some other things. I went out and did that, and then I came home, got home about 5:30ish, and I sat on the couch and I knocked the F out. Usually, I would have about 1 cup in the morning and then 1 cup about, 2, 3 whenever I start to, feel that little bit of lackadaisy, or that's not the right word, a little bit of tiredness coming on. And so I didn't have that, and I kept trying to push through, and I was a little bit tired when I was finishing up my shopping, but I didn't realize how tired I was till I got home and I sat on the couch, and then I closed my eyes and then I opened them, and I thought it was honestly the next morning, but no, just turns out it was 9:45, and I was asleep for 4 hours. And so, yeah, not quite a nap there. That's almost like half a night's sleep. And now it's about 12:30. This is my second time recording this, because the first time I tried recording this, I tried using my back camera because I was trying to get a little bit better quality for you guys. Turns out, I guess I don't have enough memory on my phone. I was only able to record about 5 minutes of video in 4K, and yes, I could have used that video and then just added on to it, but I just figured, I'll just redo it, try and talk a little bit less, because right now I see that I've already got this at 12 minutes, and it feels like I've been talking for about 2 minutes. And in the first video, I know I only recorded about 5 minutes of video, and I hadn't even pointed at the board yet. If that's telling you anything about how much I like to ramble. I can ramble pretty well. So, just re-recording this. I don't know if this is better or worse than my first version. I know I got into a good bit more detail in the first version, but were all those details probably necessary? Probably not. But yeah, tomorrow's going to be day 5. I'm going to try and get to bed here soon. We'll see how that goes. I was yawning a lot more in the first take of this video. I seem to be a bit more awake now from the nap, but yeah, I hope I can get to bed here soon. I don't want to be up all night just because I took a 4-hour nap, but I'm sure many of y'all out there know how a nap can sometimes mess up your whole night's sleep. We'll see how that goes. I really hope it doesn't, but it's okay if it does, because I'll just, be a man and keep going. But let's just see if all this is going to be worth it. Yeah, like I said, I smoke usually just to, I'm naturally a thinner individual. I don't know if you can tell just by my frame. It's a little bit hard for me to sometimes eat all the food that I need to eat, and it's not even that. I eat, whenever I do eat, I would say I eat a good amount of food, but I'm just very active individual. My job's active. I get 15 to 20,000 steps a day, and just I always like to be doing something. I don't like to just, I can't sit on my butt, trust me, and watch YouTube all day long, but at the same time I like to do stuff, and so I tend to keep pretty active, and I burn a lot of calories. And also just I don't know if my Galaxy Watch is active. I'm not wearing it now, but or accurate. It says I burn a lot of calories in my sleep, yada 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 yada. But it's just hard for me to eat. So I usually would smoke to keep up an appetite, and then just like I said, keep a level head. Coffee, it gets me up in the morning, and I love it, and it just tastes good, and it's just the nectar of the gods. But I just want to see if there's any added benefit, because right now technically I've got no vices, and it feels pretty good to be able to say that, considering I've cut nicotine out. My marijuana consumption used to be pretty heavy back in the day, but now it's not even really that heavy, because I do vape most of my herbs, and since I started doing that, I really just don't consume as much as I nearly used to whenever I was combusting. But yeah, I mean, just to completely cut them both out for the last couple weeks of this prep, just to see if it makes a difference. I can't say that I will not pick them back up before the end of this prep, but we shall see. I do want to actually be able to see results. You can't see results from the, I mean, you can in the first couple days, but like, I want to see some long-term results. So, I mean, I'll keep y'all updated. God dang it, stop it, come on. I'll keep y'all updated on, I mean, how it goes, and just like, if I notice anything, this is just stuff that I've noticed and that other people have noticed in this first couple days. And I tell you what, it's been pretty rough, not gonna lie, but we made it through. I mean, like I said, I feel better today. Still not quite as mentally sharp as I feel like I normally am after a cup of coffee, but I mean, I felt pretty good. I didn't have a headache or nothing today. My last couple workouts have kind of, you know, not felt the best, just because I don't feel like I had that extra kick, but like I feel like I had to force myself just to, you know, get myself in there and do it. And sometimes those workouts are the best, just when you don't want to go and you don't want to do it. It really, you know, you get in tune with your body, and you kind of just got to get to a different place mentally whenever you don't have that extra little bit of stimulation to just get you going. But I mean, it felt good. I mean, I got in and I did the work. I hadn't been working out like before yesterday, about 5, 6, 7 days, just because, I don't know, I'm getting pretty nervous for the show, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen other people's like roads to compete and like on the way to their preparation, and they just look so confident and so ready and regimented, and they do those full days of eating, they eat the same thing all day long, blah 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 blah. Me, I mean, I keep track of what I eat, but I mean, I don't meal prep all the time. I try to when I have time, but I don't do it all the time. I like to eat different things. I'm not an animal like I should be, just eating for fuel. I do like to eat things that taste good, as well as, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in my last video, but my right knee, it feels pretty good today. We're gonna see. I train legs tomorrow. I haven't trained legs in probably like a week and a half. It's been a little rough. I feel like I really messed up my meniscus or something. I'm also not a doctor, so please don't hold me to that. But I don't know, I'm not ready to go see a doctor about it just yet. I've always had problems with my knees, at least since high school, whenever I injured it the first time. Since then, it's just never been pretty, but, you know, you do what you do. It's just not comfortable under load, and like I can do like leg extensions and leg curls and stuff, and those feel okay. Leg press, squat, hip thrust, lunges, anything of that nature doesn't feel too good. So I mean, for this last few weeks of prep, if all I gotta do is leg extensions and leg curls, then I'll be damned. I'll do those till I can't walk. But, you know, it is what it is. But this is just a little update on y'all. This is an experiment that I didn't really plan on doing. It's just kind of something that, you know, just happened. Like, I don't know, just one day I was like, I'm running out of my marijuana, and I was like, well, do I want to buy more right now? No. Part of it was the money, and it's not like I said, I don't consume a lot, so like the money thing's like not that big of a deal. But like, if I spend like $110, $120 on it a month, that's $110, $120 I could save in this last month of prep that I could, you know, spend elsewhere. And so it's going to be kind of nice having that extra little bit of cash. And then the coffee thing, like I said, it was just that first day, and I don't know, maybe I just didn't think about it, because that first day I woke up for work, and like I woke up early at first. I had to be at work at 9:30. I woke up at 7, and then I was like, nah, I need more sleep. I'm gonna go back to bed, because I went to bed pretty late the night before. And so I was like, nah, I'll go back to sleep. And then I woke up about like 9:05, and I was like, I'd be at work at 9:30. Oh, there's a yawn. I was just talking about no yawning. But I was like, I gotta be at work at 9:30. And so I jumped up, got ready, and so I had the adrenaline rolling in the morning. So like I said, I honestly felt pretty good in the first day morning. And then by the time my lunch break came around and I came back from my lunch break, I felt like a completely different person. I did not feel good at all. I felt so tired, and like I felt lethargic and just like oof. And like I don't know, my emotions, like I said, they started to overwhelm me. It just all kind of started flooding in, and like I didn't know how to feel. It wasn't like I felt very strongly of this emotion or that emotion. It was just like I felt very strongly about all of them, and like it was just a weird feeling. It was just a lot. My skin felt hot. It was crawly, but it was okay. I mean, I made it through, and now tomorrow. I mean, technically, I guess I slept for 4 hours. No, I'm not gonna count that. Well, it's past midnight, so technically we are on day 5. Whatever. Not really, but we are, and so we'll see how she goes. You know, y'all. I'll keep you updated, and like I said, I mean, I wish I would have done a proper, road to competing prep series. Like I said, every Saturday I was going to do that physique update video, but I didn't do it. But I'm sure the whopping 18, 19 if y'all aren't that disappointed. I mean, I'm still making a video here. Still making a video now, even though I'm sure this isn't very exciting. Y'all just see me sit behind the desk and ramble for 20 minutes. But it is what it is. I know there's some people out there that are going to watch it. And so for those of you out there, thank you. I appreciate it. And please like the video if you did enjoy it. Dislike it if you didn't, because it helps me regardless, whether or not. Just let me know if it's good or not, please. I would love the input. If you got any comments on what you'd like to see or what you think I could improve on, or if you know any good tripods, because I got this tripod off of Amazon, and I honestly, I don't like it. So drop some links for a better tripod down below. I do want to buy a camera eventually. I mean, let me know if the videos on my phone aren't that great, or if they're okay for now. I mean, I got a Note 9. It's not horrible. It's not the best, but it's not horrible. But yeah, share the video with your friends if you want. If you think any of your friends would like to see this bald bearded guy ramble. Subscribe to the videos if you want to see any more rambling, and hopefully not just rambling. I do want to do other forms of videos. It is just like I said, this tripod sucks, and I can't blame the tripod, but it's just me. I mean, like I said, I see all these other people doing all their crazy videos, and like they've all got videographers, they've got editors, or even if they don't have that, they're just more skillfully inclined in that stuff than I am, and I don't know what that said. My phone just gave me a warning, so I'm going to wrap it up now. Thank you guys for watching again. Stay tuned for more. Have a great night.